So, welcome to the podcast, everyone. We're going to be talking about various topics that are some of them controversial. I know a lot of you are going to love how I feel if you see my tweets all the time. Advanced bullshit. But yeah, we've also got some special guests. Which do you want to introduce yourselves?
No, who goes first?
Campy Elite.
Okay, so we've got Campy Elite.
Shout out.
Shout out. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine.
I'm Jordan, equal Espresso.
Okay, so
Espresso TK.
We've got Espresso TK in the house. What?
I'm Diabetes, or Alex, as everyone in here knows me.
Yeah, so we've got I'm Diabetes as well. Okay, so first topic, something very recent, buying supply drops and how we feel about it. So who wants to go first on this subject?
Spent $1,000, love it. It's like, no, my actual thoughts on this, if I don't mean to cut in front of anybody if they wanted to go first, but my thoughts, I don't see necessarily anything wrong 100% with it. Yes, it kind of does give an unfair advantage, but at the same point in time, you don't have to buy them, and whenever you do buy them, you're not guaranteed anything at all. Like I bought one, it was one thing at 20 with, or one $20 one. It was 10 drops, 3 extra. I got jack shit in it. I got a finger trap, AK-12, and some whiteout gloves. That was the extent of it. $20
Yeah,
I'll never get back, but it's, again, it's what you make of it.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys think? I don't want to hog the limelight here.
Honestly,
$dollars, and I got Nigerian stuff, so I
gotta
don't really like it too much, but it's pretty cool.
Stuff's cool.
gotta love
'Cause
Nigerian
I like
stuff.
the animation that when you open it, I like that.
I feel like it would be a lot better, and this might lead on to something that you have in a further point, Jordan, but I feel like it would be 100% better, maybe even 200% better, if we had something to do with that, like a marketplace. Say if I wanted to buy an elite weapon from somebody or trade something, then I could totally see justifying the actual purchasing of supply drops. Other than that, it's like a 50-50. It's like, do you think it's right? Do you think it's wrong? There's like no real clear-cut answer.
Yeah. I mean, when I first heard about this, I immediately thought, oh, pay to win, pay to win, pay to win. That's my immediate thought. And then when like we got more details upon it, like I still feel that it's minorly pay to win, but you know, so it's still a form of it, but it's like it's nothing like what we have with these free to play games, you know, where is it LoL? World of Warcraft, not LoL, World of Warcraft.
League of Legends.
Yeah.
Yeah, you buy like overpowered legends and stuff.
Like
and you can upgrade them.
Boost your characters to like level 90.
Pre-order the next World of Warcraft DLC, and you get one character straight to level 90. It's like, wow.
That kind of stuff is legitimately pay to win.
Yeah, that's definitely pay to win. That's
my opinion. I don't think the advanced supply drops are truly pay to win, because when I bought 10, I got crap, and when I see people unboxing like 10 of them, they don't really get all of the good stuff like insanities and ribs. So it's a very small chance. You're paying to have a chance to win, pretty much. But
that's pretty much it.
I talked about this in my stream today earlier. Like it almost like kind of condones gambling addiction, but like the thing is like the more chances that you have, the more chance that you're bound to finally get something that you want. It's just a matter of if you want to spend that extra money rather than earning it to try and get those extra supply drops and immediate satisfaction to try and actually get another chance. Because again, it comes back to the more chances that you have, then it just goes to you'll have better chances to get something you want, just because more has passed and you've opened more, all kinds of stuff like that. So it's
I've only purchased one supply drop, and I got 2 enlisteds and 1 professional HBR out of it, and I was like, well, I'm done with this. I've actually had better luck out of just the normal supply drops. And I mean, even if you don't want to purchase an advanced supply drop, you're still getting one at level 20, level 40.
Yeah,
you can actually
when you
earn
prestige.
them. Yeah,
I've got some loyalty stuff out of that, and I haven't like paid it like any money, only $2. So
that I think is a nice amendment to it.
Yeah. I mean, when I first found out about that, I thought, oh, I've got an advanced supply drop. How did I get this? I didn't pay any money. What's going on? Someone like took my bank details or something and just spent it. But when I found out that it's due to, is it every 10 or every 20 levels?
20, 30, 40, I think.
Yeah,
and prestige.
Yeah, and then when you prestige, I was like, oh, you're getting advanced supply drop. That's quite nice. I mean, I think what Sledgehammer are doing is they realised if they were going to do this, people would immediately jump the bandwagon to pay to win. So what they wanted to do was try and make it as less of the idea of a pay to win as much as they can. Every, level 20, level 30, level 40 prestige, you get an advanced supply drop. Or, we're going to put the prices up so you get 13 supply drops. But for us, it's like £16.40. But for America, it's like $20. So, I'm like, well, who would pay $20 for 13 supply drops that only increases the chance, of getting something good. But you're guaranteed to get like a professional or higher. So it's either one professional or elite item.
And I think you have to get a gun too.
Yeah, it's
one
weapon is guaranteed no matter what, and then something in that will be a professional or higher.
Yeah, I mean that kind of makes me a bit iffy though. Still.
Yeah, I got like a launcher from mine. I wish I got like an actual usable AR or something, but
another thing that that I've talked about too on my channel as well as streams and stuff like that and Twitter is that the weapons there are very few that are like to die for, that like actually could be 100% viewed as pay to win, like the Obsidian Steed, the Inferno, the Speakeasy, the Rip. The Insanity, stuff like that, it is really hard to match. Granted, it can still be done. Like, I've seen and even made some class setup videos to, like, match and exceed what those weapons can do. Yeah. Not everybody can do those, and having some of these weapons does give a slight unfair advantage when it comes to actual damage properties, game code, and, like, range, all that kind of stuff. All the attributes that lead into getting kills, but most of them aren't really that much OP. Like, a lot of the weapons that you can get, like, hell, I got an elite riot shield, like, so pay to win.
Oh, you're so lucky.
Yeah.
I got 2 of those.
Yeah, I think I've redeemed one at one point, but, like, a lot of the stuff, I think it's being blown out of proportion, but at the same point in time, I can totally see where and why people think it can be a pay to win.
Yeah, like when I think of pay to win, I think Battlefield 3 had this problem. Like later when the game was out, you could literally just purchase to be like rank 100. Like you could have all the guns and everything.
Yeah, I saw
that. That kind of made me feel like it was pay to win because you didn't even have to rank up a level. You could just pay for it.
Yeah, you could.
But this is.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I mean, it's not necessarily a great thing, but I'm perfectly fine with it. Honestly, I mean, I can understand why people don't like it, but. I mean, I want to have a chance to get a speakeasy. I mean, I'll never get a speakeasy. I'm just convinced I'll never get one unless I get to the 12th Master Prestige. So I have a long way to go.
And then knowing my luck, it'll be like, ha, just kidding, reset.
Oh yeah, you get banned.
Yeah,
you'll just get banned or something.
Like, I'm done.
Yeah. I mean, I always thought that, Alex got the HBR Insanity so early on, and I was like so jealous. I was like, well, I've got the Bal Obsidian Steed, and I've got the Inferno, so surely he would be jealous on me. But no. It's complete opposite. I was so jealous that he had the Insanity. Because he was every time we were playing, he was just like, oh my god, this weapon's so good. It's like, love this weapon. And I was like, when am I going to get the Insanity? I'm like, nope, I'm never going to get it. Never going to get it ever. And then a few days ago, just normal supply drop, opened it up. I got the Insanity, and I like just immediately screamed like a girl, like, ah!
I have a VOD somewhere on one of my streams. I rarely open up supply drops on stream, but I opened up one and I got the Inferno. I literally like shit a brick.
Yeah.
It was the greatest feeling I've ever had.
Yeah. Like examples like the Inferno, like that is, if you got that in like an advanced supply drop from buying it, then again, that's...
Totally, I think it would win back some of the money you spent. Maybe not all $20 or 10, whatever it is that you spent, but some of it you'll be like, okay, That's kind of worth it.
Yeah, because me and my mate were doing actually like a 1v1. I think it was either yesterday or the day before. We were doing like a fun 1v1 just to mess around. And he had just a normal ASM1 magnitude. And I remember I pulled out my Bal Inferno. I had like my Bal Obsidian Steed class, Bal Inferno class, like all the best ones, just lined up ready to like own him with. And like he completely got mad because he was like, every time I'm in a gunfight, you just immediately just melt me, like, because obviously the Inferno gives increased fire rate. So, you know,
as well as the increasing property over time.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah,
I hate the sights.
Could I lead these weapon variants into its own topic? Like, would you like to see those in the next Call of Duty? Do you feel like they're kind of like unbalanced in a way that they kind of ruin the game?
I'm very torn on this thing because I honestly, personally, I love the idea of weapon variants, but I don't know if such drastic changes and stuff like the MP11 Goliath, dude, I melt people with that because it's a +3 in damage and none of the other attributes take any hits. So like stuff like that, it can actually be OP. And at that point, I feel like it might be better not to have variants, but I honestly love the versatility that you can like add to equip your playstyle in different mannerisms. And then I also love the customization features with it to the point where like you can have so many more options. Now I feel like I've had a couple like tweets and comments on stuff that were like people were like a good in between with this would be all like just do different guns with like set rare camos or something like that, which would be cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much of a hit that would be if you're actually doing complete variations of them. At that point in time, though, I feel like it's a CS:GO thing, which is a huge hit, especially if they add a marketplace in it. Because if you get like a custom weapon or like a knife that's just got a ridiculously awesome shade or camo, whatever it's called on there, if you sell that, it is worth a lot of in-game money and in real life money too. So
aren't like knives like the most valuable?
Yeah, knives are ridiculous. They're
everyone loves knives. Like
you can find knives from like $500 to $2,000 on Steam.
Yeah,
it's absolutely incredible. But like if they were to do that, I think that would be a cool thing to do. But I don't know how many people would actually settle for that because a lot of people do like the variants, like with different properties, but a lot of people don't at the same time.
Yeah,
I think if they do that, they should just bring back COD points, and you can, if you have double of guns, you can just put them up on the marketplace, and people can give you offers to buy it, or you can have a set price and someone pays you, and then they can take it.
So it's kind of like with Titanfall because they obviously introduced this like I think it's black market, I think it's called, and you can like buy like these like cool like Titan like voices and other cool stuff like burn card packs or something like that.
And challenges.
And challenges, but they cost like this in-game currency. Like you have to like save up a certain amount to buy these. I remember like there was one cool one where it was like enemy pilots engage, you know, like it was this cool voice and it cost a lot, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go keep playing, I'm just gonna keep getting the currency just to buy it, and then eventually got it, and I was like, holy crap, I love this. Like it's that'd be cool.
I really like the idea of a marketplace and COD points because then you can have those people go and they can bid against each other for that certain weapon that maybe you have, and then maybe this is how they could incorporate weapon variants. So say somebody gets the Obsidian Steed, and then you put it out on that marketplace, and people just start like throwing COD points at you, saying, and then like you can just start getting those COD points to, I don't know, purchase bigger things like camos that cost a ton of money or something. This is just a hypothetical if it would be like in the next Call of Duty. I mean, obviously not, but
it might be hard to implement though. Might.
Maybe they'll just put a Cryptarch. And you can just something like that fucks you over.
Oh man, we don't need a Cryptarch in COD. Oh my god, I can imagine how many people will get pissed off. Like, where's my purple armor? It's like, no.
Yeah, I sold Destiny because of that.
They're like so many people.
Broken my heart so much.
It's like, oh, you want purple? No. It's like, come back next time, and I might do it. And it's like, oh, I'll come back next time, and then the next time it's no more purple. and it's just so many Destiny players just hate the Cryptarch.
Yeah, but if we have a Cryptarch,
back.
we need a Xur too. That we would go to him every Friday.
Yeah.
Going back to the last topic about the advanced supply drops, I kind of feel like that's the same thing as the Cryptarch, where you pay your money, but you don't always get like a super good gun. Like you don't always get like an Insanity or a Rip. So I feel like that's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Because when you unlock them from ranking up, you get crap.
Yeah. I just want to point out that Jordan has somehow lost connection, so we'll try and invite him back in the next few minutes. So yeah. One thing I did want to like talk about, there's a couple of things to do with buying supply drops. The first thing is how would, like, again, it's referring to like the whole, you know, camos, you know, looking at CSGO, it's like everyone likes camos on weapons, and you know, how would you feel with having like just cosmetics put in supply drops in the next game? But personally, I'm not too fond of having the weapon variants in the next game. I thought it was a great idea on paper, like, you know, professional, enlisted, elite. Oh, this sounds cool. But like, it comes down to balancing, because, you know, people are like, oh, well, I don't want to use the normal BAL or the normal ASM1. No, I want the Speakeasy, the Obsidian Steed. You know, that's what everyone tries to go for, just those two weapons, because those two weapons are, you know, obviously better than the standard BAL 27. So how would you feel if supply drops were in Black Ops 3 or Call of Duty 2015, but it was only cosmetics, so like camos, or like even...
Yeah, just cosmetics.
Yeah, like, even if it was just, like, what if, like, put, like, not opticals, but, like, attachments as well in it? Or, like, emblems, you know?
I don't know if I like the attachments. I like people having to go out and earn the attachments.
Yeah, I don't really like set attachments, because, and then it kind of throws off how good a gun can be when you have a locked attachment and you can't put, like, a grip and a quick draw or something like that. So I don't really like attachments.
Yeah.
But unless it's like a COD points in Black Ops 1, where you could just buy the attachments. I like. But like, I don't know if that would work very well if it's like just supply drops. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should still have it to where you unlock and you can still buy stuff like in a COD store or something with the COD points. Like, you don't have to buy camos, buy kill streaks and stuff like that with the COD points.
Well, Hardline they went with the currency system, which I think is a good idea.
Yeah. I mentioned that in my like first impressions. I was like, oh, there's this currency system where you can like buy the zip line, or you can buy weapons and such. And I was like, I even mentioned like it's like COD points, but it's obviously, you know, just dollars from like doing well in a match. And
it's a great idea. I really wish more FPS game creators would like start using
in-game currency.
Yeah,
I like in-game currency better than like using actual money. You can it's still there.
Everyone prefers in-game currency.
Earn in-game cash to buy like a drop or something like that, that's super cool. Because then it adds like you have to save up a lot to get like a $500,000 camo that probably no one's gonna have anytime soon. So if you can save up, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how
would bring back COD points 2015?
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So how would you feel then if it was just cosmetics in supply drops in the next game?
I would like it, because then it would be like CSGO, to where you can, like I said, put it on the black market or whatever, and people would probably want to buy it if there's only like 5 in the game and stuff like that. That would be pretty cool.
I think the only issue with that though would be like, again, micro DLC, because how would Activision continue with micro DLC if there are like cool looking special camos put in supply drops? Like, do you think
what they can do is like every DLC they can just add more?
Yeah, they could. I mean, one thing I would like to see is like a whole load of camos like put in supply drops, and like maybe like Activision for micro DLC, like they can like sell off like just like the best ones. So like say Treyarch make like 100 like of different kind of camos, like some good, some alright, some plain, but like they made like 100, and say Activision like picked off like the top 10. And then over time, they would sell like those as micro DLC, like the top 10 best ones. How do you think I'll feel?
Adding on to that,
oh, we got Jordan back.
I may have missed a little bit since I lagged out, but adding on to that a little bit, that could be a very easy possibility simply because every single game has X amount of camos and X amount of those don't ever see the light of day. Ghost was a prime example of it. This was actually where a lot of people like finally realized that, you know, there's excess stuff here that doesn't even make it out with the micro DLC. I remember I would always look at this thread on the Dencursion forum boards where I would just go and look at some of these camos because they were in the game files and they were so cool, but they never made the light of day. Now, if you were to do that and then add them in as supply drop weapons in which you could actually, that's the only way you can get them, I think that would be an amazing like lure to players in trying to earn them, and that I think would be a great way to kill two birds with one stone, really. Incorporate everything that you built in the game to get out there, as well as keep the marketplace and all that kind of stuff alive. And the more rare, again, like adding on to that, can definitely add a lot more into the marketplace's value.
There's so many things that, like, if you like go back and look at a lot of things they never put into the games, like there's a lot of great things that they never put in. Like I know back in Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2, I think Treyarch was showing this map off, and it was a remake of Castle. And it was like insane. It was like called like Museum or something like that. And they should have honestly put it in the game.
Yeah,
that sounds awesome.
They never did. Yeah, they never did. So there's like a lot of like awesome things they have never.
Yeah, a lot of cut zombie perks that would have been pretty cool and helpful for like Ascension and maps like that.
I mean, you can just easily go onto the COD wiki and just look through like the Call of Duty games and see what was cut, and like you can just see like how many things like would have been nice in the game. Like Black Ops 2 was supposed to have the M4A1 in. I don't know if you might have known that, but it was supposed to have the M4A1 in. But like the actual model was done, but early in development they completely scrapped the idea, and I think they just went with the M8A1 or the XM8, you know. But I mean, like I think it would have been quite cool just to see how the M4A1 would have been in a Treyarch game.
It was supposed to be in Ghost too.
The
Vector was supposed to be in MW3.
The standard green and orange RPG was supposed to be in Advanced Warfare.
Really? Oh yeah, I've seen a video on that.
Yeah, that was one that it totally blew my mind because I'm like, that doesn't fit at all.
Yeah, you have to find it through like jumping through walls and stuff. It's just left there, like they forgot about it.
Yeah, it's in the mission Throttle, ain't it? Where you can.
I think Yeah,
you just gotta like just do like a load of bunny hops and then there you are. And like it doesn't make any sound as well, so it's just like it's got. I've not like seen a video, but I know it exists. But like, does it? I'm pretty sure it has like the Modern Warfare 3 interface. Like once you like not interface, but HUD. Once you like pick it up, but like when you fire it, it doesn't have any sound. So it's like literally just a Modern Warfare 3 RPG, but just things cut out of it, and you know. I mean, I don't know whether they left that in just for like people to find it, or whether they didn't have time to like just scrap everything, so they thought, oh, well, we'll just put it outside the map.
That's what I'm thinking, because like you can pick it up and everything. Like there's a lot of guns that you can see that you can't pick up in like past games, but this one you can. So I think they left it as an Easter egg or something where they can go back and find it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was just for the fact that, well, like I said, it's either they left it in. Because they didn't have time to scrap it, or maybe they did leave it in on purpose, maybe like for nostalgia reasons, because they co-developed Modern Warfare 3, so maybe it's just something that I don't know.
I think if they would have made another game like Modern Warfare 3, I would have liked that, like no X's or anything, because I actually really liked Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah,
that was probably my least favorite Call of Duty.
Same.
Other than Ghosts, I lied. Other than Ghosts.
See, I like
prefer Ghost over MW3.
I like both of those
there,
games.
I said it.
I loved MW3.
My favorite.
Like
I broke controllers and headsets in Modern Warfare 3. I can't say that about any other game.
The only game I've broke anything in is Mortal Kombat.
Well, you like
you got a little too into it.
Yeah.
Finish him, crack! Oh shit!
Well, like I've ruined buttons in Advanced Warfare from like just exiling so much.
I saw a picture.
Like there's dents in mine.
Yeah, I know. It's like just from doing the dashes and all that. Like, who would ever thought that?
I've also thrown a controller in Advanced Warfare, but we don't need to talk about that.
I remember seeing that picture, like with your controller, like and the stick out and everything.
I find it like very weird though, because like even though through like the rage and frustration, I've never broken anything, like literally never. You know, I find that quite weird because I literally would get so angry, but I wouldn't like throw like my headset or throw my controller. I'd literally just like take the headset off, put the controller down, and just go outside for like 5 minutes, just calm down.
I'm honestly surprised that Call of Duty Ghosts didn't give me an aneurysm. I've never hated a video game so much in my life.
Damn, dude.
Oh man, yeah, I know. Like,
yeah, I hated it, but now that I look back, I actually kind of liked it.
See,
like it's like MW3 for me. Like, I don't know.
Like, I loved Ghost for like the first 6 or 7 months. Like, I didn't hate it whatsoever. Like, sure, there was a lot of annoying things, a lot of annoying times. Like, God's so OP, IED. God.
Oh my god. The thing blended in with anything. It was brown and it would blend in with like something pink. It was insane.
Yeah.
You could never find
the C4 always blended in with something on Rust on it with MW2.
Yeah.
So that's why I never liked any of those things.
Yeah.
But they never add color into their
personally,
games.
I find that Advanced Warfare is a big step ahead of Ghost. I mean, I don't like the Exos, but the gameplay I feel like is a lot better.
Yeah, it's like, it's more gun on gun. You're into it. Like, rarely you'll come across someone that hides, apart from the rooftop campers.
And even if they are,
supply drops, so that's something new.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm not a massive fan of Ghost now, but personally, if I compare that to Advanced Warfare, I say Ghost is like the COD 4. It's like a COD 4. Like I just don't like Advanced Warfare. I really don't like.
Damn. That's right at the knees.
I really don't like Advanced Warfare.
Oh. I've said it many times before.
I'm gonna get so many haters like, how dare you compare COD 4 to Ghost? Like, go kill yourself.
I've said it many times before. I love Advanced Warfare as a game, but the people who play it ruin it for me.
Yeah,
like,
that's what happened to me with Ghost.
In fact, this moves on to the next topic. Sorry for interrupting, but this moves on to the next topic about Advanced Warfare and how people. It's not really people's fault, but it's the way the matchmaking is. Skill-based matchmaking. This is another topic I thought we'd discuss since it's definitely up there still.
Strongest opinion.
I've definitely got the strongest opinion. I mean, see, the whole point of it, the skill-based matchmaking, is to make everyone equal to everyone. So that way, no one would be so good, but no one would be so bad. And it's
sounds good on paper.
It sounds good. It sounds good on paper. But I mean, Treyarch tried to do this with Black Ops 2, and it was an immediate uproar with the community. No one liked it.
Yeah, I never knew about that.
And after a month, people say, oh, after a month they removed it, but I'm pretty sure like they just like completely toned it down, like a lot, so that way connection was over the skill. But I mean, like, I just don't understand though, like why, like the reasons people say it's like it needs to be there, because like you've got the argument of the noob side saying, oh well, I'm not good, and I don't want to get thrashed all the time. But here's the thing: Sledgehammer implemented the combat readiness program, which I'm pretty sure none of you probably have even tried.
The what?
I can't find a game in that.
Exactly.
So I've never played it.
The combat readiness program, like you probably never even heard of it or even played it. Basically, it was supposed to be for like people who won't like noobs, basically people who were new to Call of Duty that wanted to try it out, but they didn't want to get pummeled on. So like they made a separate I say playlist or mode, but they made like a separate playlist for them, so like they could like, it was like 3 actual people on your team, 3 people on the enemy team, and then everyone else was just AI. So
Can I butt in for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so this is my idea on it. Tone down skill-based matchmaking to pretty much what it was like in Black Ops 2 after they toned it down. But then do what they did in World at War and have a boot camp that goes up to like level 15.
Yeah.
Then just help the players that are... Yeah, then it's locked out of it. So then at least you have some attachments, some of the better guns, and you're ready to go and just, fight.
I'm pretty sure they had that in Black Ops 2 as well. I'm pretty sure they had like a boot camp.
They did.
Yeah, but you played against bots, and that really doesn't help you. You need to play against people
that
are like your...
On the teams, there are like three bots and 3 actual players. So
the bots were trash.
Yeah. I played that every day in the morning for easy shrieks. So.
But yeah, like, so I can understand why, like, the bad players or the people that aren't as good, I can understand why they would, they would like skill-based matchmaking. But I don't know about you, but I've come across a few people that aren't good at the game, but then they'll instantly go, "Oh, you're trash, Jordan. I'm actually a good player at this game." But it's the fact that because they're playing against equally bad players, and they're not getting like killed, all the time on the game, like they feel like they're doing better, but they're really not. When you like look at it, so they'll feel like they're doing better, but
yeah, it's a matter of perspective at that point.
Yeah, I know.
In their eyes, they're successful, but they may be 2 tiers below you.
Yeah, and then all the good players are paired up against like equally good players, and then we dub them as tryhards with ASM ones and bows, and get put into every single losing match.
Terrific. It makes me feel terrific when I beat people my same skill level. Whenever I'm like 20 or 30 kills above, like a 2 KD, and I'm just like, yes, I'm the best person in this skill-based matchmaking lobby. I just feel so great about that.
Pro pipe, getting easy grenade kills.
Oh, I would never.
That's what I do.
I've never. Oh man.
I have like 4 of those.
That's my excuse, guy.
Yeah. I've had like 3 of those. I've got rid of 2 of them, but like every time I get a supply drop, it's like, come on, give me something good, and then it's like, oh no, AM19 pro pipe. I'm like, fuck.
That's one of the better guns in the game. Like one of the most underused. It's super good.
It's probably good now after the patch, like because like they've buffed
the SMG buffs. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably a lot better now. They actually I think they actually increased the fire rate now.
Well, no, like the pro pipe's fire rate is like a -2.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that's maybe counted a little bit then.
No, but you only use it for the grenade launcher. You get like double kills on the flags.
Yeah, and then you'll get like kids screaming down the mic on the other team like, "Oh my god, he's noob tubing!" It's like, nope, I'm pro piping.
Yeah, when I play, no one has a mic, so except for one guy on my team. But
I'll try new lobbies. All I get is gangster rappers.
Yeah.
And
same.
Oh fuck your mom. It's like, dude, you're 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never. Oh yeah, I did have that when the day the patch came out in the morning. I had some guy from Chicago in there. Chief Keef boys.
Yeah. I mean, going back to the skill-based matchmaking topic, like on paper it's good, and like when you think about it, it's like, oh, everyone's playing against their own skill level, which means that everyone has an equal advantage basically. So this sounds good for all people, but then it comes down to a few issues where connection isn't all that good, and I can say this strongly because a few days ago, there was 3 guys that were like a clan, like together, like, and I was like, oh, they're a clan, like, where are they from? America? But I checked each one of their locations, and my mind was completely blown. Like, I thought, oh, well, they're a clan, surely they might be from America, all 3 of them. But no, one of them is from Pennsylvania, another one is from Canada. What?
Represent.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's one from Pennsylvania, one from Canada, and another one from Victoria, Australia. And I'm like, what? No way! Like, what?
That's your outlier that fucks everything up.
Like, this is a clan. Like, they had the same clan tag. Like, I think the clan tag was like pros with a Z. And they were just like from all like parts of the world. And I'm like, what? How are they a clan?
United Nations right there.
Yeah. Call of Duty has its own United Nations.
Is everyone aware
I never
of
had connection problems with the game at all.
The Twinsane
YouTube
channel?
The what?
Is everyone aware of the Twinsane YouTube channel?
Oh, yeah. Jake and Liam.
Yeah,
I'm friendly.
I saw them complaining on Twitter the other day about them playing against Americans and them having like a constant 3-bar. And then I noticed on the leaderboard.
Support.
Yeah, he was like 20-2, and he was like complaining. I'm like, oh my god, if you're a 3-bar and you're like pulling that KD, I wouldn't complain.
Yeah. But we all know that Activision support don't do anything.
Yeah, they replied like 3 years later, like you were talking about yesterday.
Yeah. So yeah, like connection's definitely a big issue with skill-based matchmaking. And I know that Michael Condrey, as you know, I said, oh well, we've listened to the community, and with every patch we're always putting connection over skill. And I want to get all of yours opinion. Do you think that's true? Do you think connection is put over skill in Advanced Warfare? Jordan,
Well, I haven't. Oh, I'm sorry.
So, how dare you?
You know, this is gonna lead into maybe even more debate here.
Yeah.
With this most recent patch, I honestly believe that skill-based matchmaking was toned down a little bit. I would always pre-patch constantly get matched up with people that would literally destroy me. Like I would stand no chance. I'd stand better chance in prison. But the newest patch, I feel like I'm getting matched up with people that are really good, but also really terrible. Like my live stream today,
Your teammates.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
I was pulling some like X Games triple YY fakey face stuff that like I was like, how the hell am I getting past these kids without them killing me? I feel like it's toned down a little bit in favors connection, maybe like 60-40 now. But that is just one man's preference and one person's experiences in Advanced Warfare the past couple of days. That could be completely just luck and have nothing to do with what they did in the patch, and they could not have toned it down at all if that's actually the case. But I think in my feeling that it was toned down a little bit. But I don't know. Like I said, I can't confirm that. So
I mean, I remember like when I think it was the first patch that came out for Advanced Warfare, like people were like, "Oh my god, they toned down skill-based matchmaking." Everyone was like, "Oh, for some reason I seem to be getting into better lobbies," and I was like, "All right, hold on a second. Before I even mention this, I want to try it out for myself." And like I played 5 games just to make sure, and I to be honest, nothing really. It didn't really feel different for me. Like it felt the same. So like maybe it's just a placebo effect. You know, like you think it's gone, but in actual fact, it's not. But I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's one man's preference and one man's opinion, and experience as well. So Alex, how do you feel about our skill-based matchmaking topic?
Honestly, there needs to be there needs to be some sort of skill-based matchmaking in every video game. So that like
every game has it by now.
It needs to have some sort of balance, but it can't be like so heavily where I am literally playing against 2KD players every day. Like as for like it affecting connection, I honestly would say yes, because I don't want to sound like be like that person that always says Call of Duty's dead. But I feel like not a lot of people do play Advanced Warfare, especially on the newer consoles. And so I feel like it probably is affecting connection quite a bit, mainly because there isn't a lot of people. And then if they're trying to squeeze in that small group of people that are your skill, it's probably going to be from all over America and all over, European countries.
Yeah. I mean, for like the last, month maybe, I think, like I've just been playing like the old Call of Duty games because like, I mean, there was one point where it's like a 2 or 3 week gap since the last time I played Advanced Warfare. Obviously, I've played it since, but like all I've been doing is just playing the older Call of Duty games, just because I find those more fun. Like I can go in there and I can go, right, I'm not playing against noobs, I'm not playing against extremely good people, but it feels okay to play. So I guess you could say I'm one of those people that has kind of left Advanced Warfare. So I'm one of those people that's kind of making skill-based matchmaking even worse in a sense.
I think Espresso said this in his stream, is that a lot of scrubs play Mosh Pit, and I'd have to agree with that.
If that's the case, I'm going
to Mosh Pit.
I do find that is where a lot of people try and tend to conglomerate towards. A lot of they'll play. It's either the basic modes or the first ones up on the list. I feel like that they play. Mosh Pit is obviously at the very top, so people just double click and they're in a game. And stuff like Team Deathmatch, that's just pretty straightforward. There's no thinking involved, and it's, as always, the most played game mode in any Call of Duty for the past, since it's been released, probably since Call of Duty was a thing in multiplayer. But since that's the case, the scrubs kind of add up, but then if there are good players too, it's just the more numbers, again, the more chance you're gonna be matched up with scrubs. So I don't necessarily think that it's something that's based off of skill-based matchmaking or anything, but since that there is that, there's also a more like pull for equal opportunities being placed up against good people and bad people. That kind of goes back to what Alex said, in terms of it like being almost spread thin with connection. With there's being more people, it's more saturated, and you can make those connections a little bit easier. So I feel like that is something that adds into both the connection based as well as who you're playing against with skill.
Christian, what is your opinion on skill-based matchmaking? Christian?
Okay.
Yes.
He's back.
I had my mic muted for a second because I was eating some Doritos.
So Christian, how do you feel about skill-based matchmaking? Because obviously I know you said on Twitter that, well, at least to me a lot, you've never really experienced anything really bad about it.
Yeah, I never really do. My connection's like fine. I never really had any connection problems besides launch on day 0. That was the only time I did. And I face bad people and good people, so it doesn't really bother me much, and I like having competition.
Anything else you want to say?
No. Let's go into Campy.
All right, so Jack, what is your opinion on skill-based matchmaking?
Well, for me, I don't really know about the connection issues because I only had problems on like the week of day 0. And after that, I go against like people that are equally skilled as me, but I think they're not as good because I can get good gameplay. And every now and then I'll get good, like super good people that kill me and I go negative every game. But I don't really know too much about it to have a strong opinion like you do, but it's pretty cool, I guess. I hear it was in every COD game already, so it really hasn't mattered to me too much because the game's still playable. I still get my shrieks, so that's all I care about.
All right. I just want to conclude the whole skill-based matchmaking topic just for this podcast. I've noticed a few people, as well as some of the developers, say that but it's completely the same. The matchmaking's the same in this game as it has been in other games. Personally, I find that not true. I don't think that is the case. And I was just wondering, just to get all yours opinion. How would you feel if Black Ops 3 or Call of Duty 2015 had the level of skill-based matchmaking in Advanced Warfare? Would you like that, or would you prefer the way it was before, where like it's a bit there, but connection is mainly taken over? Jordan.
I would much rather prefer connection-based. I mean, obviously, like we've said and already discussed here, there has to be some level of skill-based matchmaking, but I feel like connection should be at least a 60-40, 70-30 favor, because there has to be an enjoyment factor and something that makes it playable, because it's not going to be enjoyable if you can't play, if you can't get those shots to connect, all that kind of stuff. Black Ops 3, World at War 2, whatever the hell it may be, in 2015, I trust Treyarch enough. I mean, I've had problems in the years, like whenever it's the year of Treyarch, I'll complain, but that's just me in general in Call of Duty. Treyarch,
everyone does.
I have full confidence in. I mean, I said that about Sledgehammer. I have some regrets in saying some stuff with Sledgehammer, but at the same point in time, for the most part, I'm lenient with it. I can stand it. But Treyarch, I feel like they'll take into consideration all this stuff, unless it's only an Activision thing, unless it's something sanctioned by Activision in which they can't actually change. Like, I feel honestly, backtracking now a little bit to Sledgehammer, I feel like Sledgehammer wants to change it up a bit, but Activision won't let them. I feel like it's something that Sledgehammer's taking the fall for, and it's really Activision's wrongdoing. But unless it's something like that in 2015, I feel like Treyarch will actually have a decent stance on this because of their involvement with Black Ops 2, adjusting it at that point in time when the community said, hey, this sucks, and then also seeing how Ghosts and Advanced Warfare progressively had worse and worse skill-based matchmaking that didn't get amended later on in the life cycle of the game. I feel like taking a look at those factors, they'll be able to distinguish what's what and what's good for the game.
Yeah. So just overall, do you want to have skill-based matchmaking from Advanced Warfare? Do you want to have the way it was before? Do you think there could be some kind of middle ground?
Oh, I totally dodged that question now that I think about it. I feel like there should be a middle ground with it. Advanced Warfare was really stressing competition, and the competition of the game. Esports is beautiful and on. It's great to see that aspect flourish, but they got to keep in mind that Call of Duty started as a casual game. It's not something that was from the get-go like, hey, we're going to build this on a global stance for competition. It's going to bring so many viewers, and we're going to break in the big bucks. That's something that was adapted over time, and the majority, probably about 70% of Call of Duty players, have no idea what esports is. They don't know who Optic is. They don't know who TK is. They don't know who FaZe is. They just play the game because it's simple and to the point. That's what Call of Duty's always been. You run around and try and kill people. Play for the objective in some modes, but it's straightforward and to the point. And I feel like once you stray from that path, you don't look at the right demographic. Now, I feel like that middle ground is what is needed, because there does need to be some level of competition to keep it interesting and to keep people from wanting to get better at the game, to progress on throughout the year, but then also only marketing to the hardcore fans that really, really care about competition. That doesn't work too well either. So it has to be a combination of the two. So maybe just tone down skill-based matchmaking. Like I said, maybe like a 60-40, 70-30 in favor of connection-based. But as it stands right now, I don't know of any perfect formula for it. That's just something we'll have to see, and the community's feedback will help, hopefully, Treyarch make this the best that they can.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to give my opinion right now. I think skill-based matchmaking should be in the game, but they should keep it in the competitive playlist.
Yes.
That's what I think. Like, I'm fine with it being in the game, just as long as it's not in like public. Like, I don't like it's like you said. If it's like 70-30, I mean, I probably go like 80-20 or 90-10, but that's just me.
Of course.
But you know, like, obviously it's a competitive matchmaking system. Skill-based matchmaking is so. It seems like very, very full of sense to put it in a competitive playlist like rank play or league play. So, you know, I say for me, for COD 2015, put it in league play, like keep it in league play, that's fine. Because obviously it makes sense to have a competitive matchmaking system in a competitive playlist. But, like, at the same time, when it comes to public matches, just prioritize connection over skill. I mean, we're going to be talking about COD 2015, you know, in a few minutes. And another thing that really worries me, again, to do with connection, because we all know what Treyarch are like with their connections. Christian, what is your verdict? Should COD 2015 have skill-based matchmaking like it is in Advanced Warfare? The way it has been in previous Call of Duty games? Or do you think there can be some kind of middle ground?
A middle ground. Keep it competitive but casual at the same time.
Yeah. Alex?
Obviously I want to keep it middle ground because I like to have a little bit of competition in my games. But honestly,
Indeed.
I don't care if they make this game a living hell, because I'm going to be playing Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah.
Right on.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be playing Star Wars Battlefront. Okay.
If it's a good game, you know. We don't know what's going to happen.
Ooh,
I'll probably still keep that one. I'm done selling games.
Alright, so yeah, Jack, how do you feel? Do you think COD 2015 should have skill-based matchmaking like in Advanced Warfare, the way it's been in the old COD games, or if there could be some middle ground?
Like everyone else said, a middle ground, because I like when I die sometimes. Like if it's like a good team and it's very competitive, I do like that. And I also like the times where I can get a lot of kills. So I like it in the middle where there's just both.
Alright, that's cool. So I think that will conclude the whole skill-based matchmaking topic for now, just in case if anything else crops up.
You're still going to go on Twitter and talk about it later.
Yeah, of course I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Advanced Warfare is bullshit.
Treyarch, you're our only hope.
Seems accurate.
Yeah.
Very.
Alright, so I think we'll just move on to the next topic, which is future DLC for Advanced Warfare, because we know that Sledgehammer are having their mind to have like remake maps and bring them back, and obviously asking people what they want to see. I mean, for all we know, maybe we could see a throwback map pack where we have like old school guns, like or maybe like old school guns, and they'll just make it futuristic a bit.
Bring back the P90.
Yeah.
Or ACR.
Yeah. So what do you think should be for future DLC in terms of Advanced Warfare? What maps would you like to see come back if they were to bring them back?
I have two.
Go on.
Well, my first map is High Rise. I think
Yeah.
with Exos, that map just makes so much sense. Especially, you have those cranes and you have those platforms, and I mean every game mode works perfectly on that map. Yeah. And then my second is not really. I mean, it's great for Exos, but also because I want to have a dynamic event happen in it, and that would be Afghan.
Okay.
I want the plane in the middle of Afghan to come into the middle of the come crash in the middle of the map. I think that'd be the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Like you're gonna see like a sandstorm.
Ooh, getting a little bit Battlefield Hardline on us, I guess.
Had to.
Hey, what's that song? So who
What was
danced
that
to
song
him?
you played?
If you go around, you find like 3 teddy bears. It just starts playing that song in the match,
Oh no.
It should.
and you can't turn down your volume. It's just not possible. Your TV
like-
is locked at 70, and it's just blaring.
Like no matter how much you turn it down, like it's just gonna keep getting louder and louder and louder.
Until it wakes your parents or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
Oh man. Like I think High Rise would be good, but I see only one issue, and that's the whole getting up on that one side of the roof and like just camping up there.
They could patch it.
Yeah, like that's why I'd say like bring it if you were to bring it back, just make sure you patch that
add
part.
those little glass like things that Riot has to where you can't get into certain spots because like it's cover or something.
Yeah. Jordan, what maps would you like to see come back?
Oh, that's a real tough one. You know what? I'm gonna be totally honest. I wish I kept the list that I talked about this on, because I actually had a bunch of maps laid out that I talked about in a video not too long ago, pretty recently. You know, I like the high rise thing. I really do. Again, the only problem could be the camping on the roof, but there is ample amount of opportunity to have various platforms, various like lines of sight, and various height differences that you can take advantage of the Exos for. That, and it's already a fan favorite. Like that's probably one of the top 10, maybe even top 5 maps in the community's eyes for Call of Duty maps in history. I feel like that could be a very viable option. It's just a matter of how well they can do it at that point in time. There are other few maps that Kowloon from Black Ops 1, that was a very cool one, and that could play to the verticality very well.
Yeah.
Because that itself was probably one of the more open, larger, and height differential maps that we've seen in Call of Duty up until Advanced Warfare. That had so many lines of sight, so many opportunities where you could be ahead of somebody and not have a chance to kill them since somebody's on higher ground, that you could just pick them off. And that, I think, could play very well. The only thing is we've never seen a DLC map be remade. If I'm not mistaken, Kowloon was a DLC map? Or was it?
Yeah, that was it. Actually,
it was DLC.
We saw that with Black Ops 2. It's not going to be the first map, but
Stadium was made into, I think it was called Launch or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, but I'm talking in terms of like DLC being made a remake in a DLC. I don't think we've seen that unless
we have.
We have
Stadium was in First Strike.
It was in First Strike for Black Ops.
I was thinking that was at launch. Okay, well then that takes care of one issue there. I don't know. There are a few that could be standouts. Another one that I think is Karachi from Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, that was my second option.
That is probably one of my favorite maps in Call of Duty history, and it plays perfectly to verticality.
Yeah,
and it was at the right night setting. Sorry.
No, that's cool.
Sorry, what map was that? What map were you talking about?
Karachi.
Ooh, yeah.
There we are. It's like, ooh.
Just sparked the fire here.
Yep.
I personally think that would be a great map to remake, but that's not up to me. But maybe with enough of a push, I could see something coming out of that in the future. Who knows?
Cool.
So,
no, carry on.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it was just a last second thought, because like that push, maybe not a lot of people necessarily think of Karachi, but when they think about it, like we all did, they're like, "Oh, good idea." So, because like that was a pretty awesome map. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, all right, cool ideas. Christian, what maps would you like to bring back?
Oh, Jordan pretty much took the two maps that I was gonna choose.
Apologies.
It's
do
fine.
you have any
At least we
other?
agree on something.
Do you have any other like maps or?
Probably
those
not.
two.
I don't think I have any other maps. I haven't really thought about it. It just when you said it at first, I instantly thought about Karachi and Kowloon.
Yeah. Okay then. We'll move on to Jack. What maps would you like to bring back to Advanced Warfare?
For dynamic events, I was thinking about D-World from MW2. Like the train can come in at like the halftime of the map, like in the half-minute mark, and it would cut off the map from each other, and you can use the exos to jump over and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And with the system hacks, like you can, I guess with the system hacks, you wouldn't be able to access that half of the map for that time at all. So that's one of them, and it would be like hardcore snowing, like it would snow a lot.
System hack would be too OP if that happened.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't really use system hack anymore, so that would give me a reason to use it on that map. And I was thinking about Rust, because I already know that's one that they want to bring back. And I know it's going to be called Exo Rush, or Rust, or Atlas Rust, or something like that. And if they do bring back any map, I hope that they keep the original look, but they just age it. I do not want it to turn into something else. I don't want it to have any other different color.
That's in fact, that was exactly what I was going to come on to after I gave my what I'd like to see in the DLC. So yeah, we'll talk about that just in a second.
What about wet work? I want to see wet work.
Is that the map for night vision?
Yeah,
you could use night vision.
You could use it. It was
I thought for night vision was terrible.
I like night vision.
It's like Jewel.
They tried.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. To be honest, I can kind of see how wet work could work. But at the same time,
I just want a terrible map in there.
Well, they probably will put some terrible map in there anyway. So
Bring back Chasm.
No, let's bring back Stonehaven or Siege.
Yeah,
I like Stonehaven.
Those maps are great.
It's super big for an EXO too.
10 out of 10 would bang
you
again.
You lost me at Stonehaven. I literally just like looked down at Twitter.
He's like, he's just shaking his head like, no, just no.
It's like,
no.
I'm done with everyone.
Yeah, it's like, just go away, everyone. How dare you?
I'm leaving.
Goodbye. All right. For me, what I'd like to see would be like Black Ops Jungle from Black Ops. I think that could work pretty good because it has got some height to it. And maybe you could like, you know, especially like when it comes to like the rock or like going up on the little like walkway, the little bridge. And even like jumping and hopping over like the huts and some of the rockery. Like I think Exos could work quite good on that map. But I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm just trying...
Did everyone share their opinion on the maps they want back?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I was going through Charlie Intel. I wanted to find this article. I had actually wrote down some other maps. three other ones that I would like to see back would be hotel, castle, and broadcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Broadcast.
Yeah, hotel would be a good one.
Broadcast was one of my favorite ever maps ever made in COD. Like, just especially when it came to like search and destroy. Like that map was just so good. I can just like remember just it's bringing the memories back. Just like there would be me with my MP5 just camping in like the toilets with a claymore, just
How
sitting
dare
there.
you?
What about zoo? Because I feel like that would be good for EXO.
Oh yeah, it has that.
With
that
the rail,
terminal.
Yeah, the monorail. Yeah.
That would work really well.
Yeah.
I feel like Hangar 18 would work really well
Yeah.
too.
Well, technically, Hangar 18 is kind of in, as Horizon. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, that's true.
when I
it
saw
doesn't have the good
Horizon,
sunlight.
yeah, when I saw Horizon, I instantly thought, "Whoa, this looks so much like Hangar 18," and it kind of does. It's mainly from that little like aircraft in the center. I mean, like you said, I mean, I would love to have Hangar 18 come back, but at the same time, people will go, "Oh, it's just Horizon 2.0," right? You'll get people that will say that.
Extremely
I
delayed.
don't know any better.
Extremely
the
delayed
map layout.
reaction. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. God.
No, it's like you carry on.
Extremely delayed reaction. I was just mentally picturing like the entire map layout, like choke points, all that kind of stuff, and that honestly is Horizon. Holy shit.
Yeah. Like, you can just imagine in
Wow.
your head, like, wow, that is Horizon.
Like you take the bare bones skeleton of that, and it's almost identical.
Yeah, Hangar 18
Wow.
confirmed. We did it.
Good stuff.
An obscene map, like one that would definitely probably work with Exos, just because of how like fucking huge it was Black Box from NW3.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Jesus
I
Christ,
think
that
it
was
which
like
one that was.
oh, it had
It's
a
like
crashed
there's buildings.
airplane.
Yeah, it was like, was it Air Force One? Or,
Yeah,
like,
and then
yeah.
it had like 3 giant estates. It was huge.
Yeah, it was like a state 2.0.
Oh,
I thought
yes, I
fuel
remember
was
this.
frig.
Thinking about it, if they took apart some of the maps and made them accessible, I think Hard Hat would be a good map for Exos. Hard Hat from MW3.
Maybe. Because, especially, like, you hop from, the pipe side to the opposite
Yeah,
side.
'cause there's like a lot of high points in there, so that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey, what was that one map from MW3? I think it was a DLC map where it was like hard hat, but it was like on top of the building.
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
I think they should bring that back.
Oh, I liked Overwatch. Like, especially the center area. Like, that was just chaos. Like,
Oh, that bridge was like a death zone.
that was like, try play headquarters on that map. It's just impossible.
Dude, I'm getting like PTSD from NW3. I'm just thinking about like RSAS modded controllers right now, and it's just like really depressing.
And 14. The Barrett.
Yeah. Just
MP7, that was the best weapon in that game.
yeah. MP7 suppressor, extended mags, just like it's just like a laser gun that was.
Well, I don't know about you. My suppressor doesn't make a sound.
Damn it.
Oh, I'm just trying to not picture anything. Just... Okay. So yeah, let's just bring it on to kind of what Campy said. Do you prefer to have, if maps were to come back into the new Call of Duty game, would you prefer it to be like completely remade into something different, or would you just like to see it like, what would it be like if it was in the year, like if it was in like the current time period, kind of like with Second Assault with Battlefield 4.
Yeah, I would like to see that. Like how it's changed over the years.
Yeah, I mean that's how I would prefer it. Like I think it's nice to try and change things up with the map, but it's almost to the point where it's like, oh, you're just turning something into something it's not. You know, why can't you just put it in, but just like age it out a bit, or like what would it be like in this time zone?
Yeah, like I didn't like what they did to Courtyard in Black Ops 2. They completely they just they made it modern, and it was just it didn't work right. Like,
they turned that into they turned it into dig, didn't they?
Yeah, I think that's
yeah,
what
it was like a dig
called.
site.
Yeah, I think it was called dig, or something like that. It was
there just wasn't any foliage. Like in World at War, there was like a ton of like grass and trees you could hide behind and like kind of work your way around. It was a really awesome map. And then I don't know, I just didn't. I think because of like LMG target. Yeah, I think because of target finders and all the kill streaks, it just didn't play right.
You're just bringing all that bullshit back now. Target finders were.
How about the C4 that could fly a mile?
Yeah, like C4 EMP spam, just toss it across the map, like because you could actually do that. Like it's crazy.
Jesus Christ.
Triple kill, like, and the worst part was that scavenger replenished it as well.
Yeah, but you had to get a gun kill for it to replenish, so it was kind of balanced, I guess.
Yeah, well, EMPs were definitely not balanced.
If that game didn't have like hardcore quickscoping, that game would be like the greatest Call of Duty ever made.
Yeah. Oh, the amount of quickscopers that come across. Like,
well, it's already pretty good for the zombies. That's why most people really like Black Ops 2.
I didn't really like Black Ops. Like, I like Black Ops 2 Zombies, but it's not. It doesn't give you that same feel like World at War or Black Ops.
Characters are kind of trashy.
Yeah, it's like just like, why is Morgan Freeman in? Like, we'll just toss him in.
Honest to God opinion, Black Ops 2 might have been my favorite Call of Duty. Zombies did lack a little bit, but overall it's still probably my favorite.
Dude, Mob of the Dead was like my favorite.
It was.
Mob of the Dead was great. I do enjoy that one.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I think like Origins was really, really good. Like, especially when you like look up and just see like this giant robot about to stand on you, like
And then they pretty much just fucked up the whole story.
Yeah, and it's like, oh well, now we're bringing it all back to where it began, and now it's like, well, where do we go from here? You know.
Well, they already messed up the story in Black Ops 1. Like once they blew up the Earth, no one even thought that they could do anything else, but they tried.
Like,
so.
Crazy. Why would you blow up
Points
Earth?
for them.
Absolutely crazy that is. So yeah, Christian, did you give your opinion on whether you'd like to see maps just be remade or just like put into the time zone?
No, you never asked me for my opinion. Not like it matters anyways.
No. No. How dare you put pressure on me like that? No. Your opinion matters. Tell us your opinion.
I'll add the suicide hotline to the call.
So yeah.
I think they I kind of have like a mixed opinion about it. Like I want them to be remade, but like don't change them into something it's not. Like with like Stadium from Black Ops 1.
Yeah.
In Black Ops 2, it just suddenly turned into a launch pad for a spaceship or whatever.
Oh, it's in the middle of the ocean, like.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah. I mean, I could say the same with like Scrapyard or Ignition, I should say, because I mean, yeah, like I at first when I saw it, I thought, oh, well, this looks all right. I like the whole dynamic event though. That was quite nice because like it just get blown up and then the pieces will be put back together. Almost like it's the original Scrapyard. But I mean, the one thing I didn't like was like when the rocket went off. Like I think it was like some kind of like meteor or something like crashed into it and like just completely blew it up and just landed debris on the map.
Yeah, I hated that because that's how the map should have looked no matter what. You shouldn't just change up the map and then make a key part of the map a dynamic event. So. And
another thing I didn't like though was the underground part. Like it's almost like why would you add something add another level in? Like that's not how the original one was.
Because Infinity Ward sucks ass now.
Yeah. It's like everyone's just like looking at Titanfall 2. Like come on the good COD devs, give us a good game.
Titanfall wasn't bad, but it just didn't have enough content for longevity.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. Like in my opinion, Titanfall plays a lot better than Advanced Warfare, but Advanced Warfare has more things to it that makes me, like kind of more interested with it. Like Titanfall, you've only got one shotgun. I'm like, whoa, amazing customization there.
Yeah.
Like
that's something I hope they don't do with COD 2015. If they do add variants, like if they add a lot of variants, I think they should try to have more guns, like more guns in each category. Try to change it up with shotguns, bring back old versions of shotguns. like if they want, like kind of like they did with the AK-12, like Ghost or G, for each gun, if it was in another game, they should add them in as like free variants. Like if they do at the marketplace, like a free gun that everyone can get, and it just changed the look or something to what the player preferred to have and what game they liked it the most in.
See, what really hurt Advanced Warfare was they tried to make the guns cool because you're in 2061 or 2054 or whatever. So they weren't really going for, or at least they were trying to balance it out where the gun would be cool looking and like also be like effective, but like the AMR9 being a 5-round burst SMG, it's really not going to do anything for you. Or like the SAC-3 akimbo, like no one's going to use that. So you have to find like a balance where the gun's actually useful and it isn't all about looks.
Yeah.
Like I don't care if my gun looks like a piece of shit. If it's like dropping someone in 3 bullets, I'm happy with it.
I think the issue that Sledgehammer were trying to go for was that they wanted to try and make every weapon unique. So like, oh, how can we make this weapon unique? I know, let's add an extra round to it. 5-round burst SMG. I mean, personally, the AMR9 should be fully automatic.
Yeah.
It's kind of like with the PDW from Ghost. Like, why would you make it 3-round burst? Like, it sucks. Make it fully auto, because the fully auto, like the gold PDW when it was fully auto, like that was good. Like, obviously it wasn't extremely good, but you know it was so much more better than the boom, you're dead. Like, it's better than the 3-round burst one, definitely. And I remember like when we saw like originally the SAC-3 was called the AMR9 originally, in one of the, I think it was at E3.
Yeah,
those pictures.
Yeah. So like it was supposed to be like the AMR9. I remember everyone was like, "Oh my god, it looks like the Vector. The Vector's in." And then like when we found out it was only dual wield only, that kind of really made me a bit sad because it's like, oh, you can't like just make it single, you know, just a single weapon. You know, so, and then like when we heard about variants, I thought, oh well, maybe they've got a variant where it's just one. Obviously that never happened. So again, more disappointment in terms of weapons.
There's too many burst weapons in Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
in the future, nothing should be like that.
Yeah.
No, why would you make the RX a burst fire weapon? That's just, it kind of like lowers the amount of useful weapons.
I guess they were just like, well, how can we make it different to COD Ghosts? I know, we'll make it burst.
Well, you could always just not put it in Advanced Warfare. Yeah.
Like, what is it, like 30 or 40% of the weapons in Advanced Warfare are from Ghosts? But yeah. So I think I might wrap it. I think I'll wrap it up in terms of future DLC. I think we've covered it quite a bit now. And one sec, let's just see how long we're going. The call's been like 1 hour 30 minutes. Wow. I think we'll just do one more topic. Just because it's not something that we can talk a lot about, but we can just kind of discuss it. And that is to do with this year's Call of Duty game.
Oh yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah, I'm excited for this game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So there's
Treyarch.
So there's been like lots of rumors going around. Where is it going to be Black Ops 3? Is it going to be World War 2? Even a new one popped up. Call of Duty Borderlines.
Oh my god! Don't get me started.
Like when I saw it, I thought, well, I know that's fake because that's the Black Ops 2 Call of Duty logo, but like I thought the name Borderline sounds quite cool. Like maybe rather than if they were to make a World War 2 game again, like just maybe Borderlines would be a nice name. But that's just the fact people believe that's real. It's just unimaginable. It's like
borderline retarded.
yeah. Yeah.
Offensive joke is offensive.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
So yeah, there's been lots of rumors regarding the title. People are saying, "Oh, we want to go back in the past," or "Oh, we want a modern game," or "We want," you know, some people want another future game. They're crazy. You know, they've got some mental illness. I guess that's why they want that. But I think pretty much we can all guarantee that pretty much everyone in the COD community wants to go back in the past in some form. You know, whether it's modern, Cold War, or you know, World War II. I I just want to like gather our thoughts. Alex, what do you think the next COD will be?
I think it's gonna be Black Ops 3, and I'm taking it with a pinch of salt. But over the summer, Treyarch shared this basically an article about how robot AI soldiers are gonna be on the battlefield sometime in the future. Which,
I remember this.
And I'm going way out there, but
Robot soldiers confirmed.
I think it's gonna be robot soldiers. I think they're gonna be like they're gonna go more of that like hackers are gonna take over the world type thing, and robots are literally gonna be fighting because apparently they didn't learn their lesson in Black Ops 2 about robots and hackers.
Yeah, and hackers.
So there's robot soldiers that are fighting against humans.
And Age of Ultron.
It's gonna be like from the director Michael Bay, Call of Duty, Robot Warfare.
They're making Grim the video game.
Can you imagine if Michael Bay directed a COD game? Holy crap! There's no story. It's just explosions on your screen for like a couple of hours.
Sounds like FW2. That was pretty successful.
Yeah.
If Michael Bay like directed a COD game or whatever, like he did the storyline, I think it would be pretty good. Like, because Transformers, like the first Transformers, was pretty good, and I think he should only make one if he ever did, and that's it.
Yeah.
Just one very good, strong story, and that's never good.
Yeah. I mean, I've even made a joke, like, what if they brought back the nuke, but rather call it the nuke, just call it Michael Bay?
Michael Bay, yeah.
Michael Bay incoming. It's just one massive explosion. I think it would be quite hilarious if they did that. Obviously, they're not, but just imagining that, it's like, oh my god. It's crazy.
Yeah, they'll make it a micro DLC where you can change it.
Yeah.
Change the kill streak name.
Yeah, new micro DLC. You can change the kill streak name to Michael Bay. In fact, they probably would do that, knowing Activision. So all right. So Alex says it's going to be he thinks it's going to be Black Ops 3. Christian, what do you think the next COD will be?
I think it's going to be just modern or something like back in Nam.
All right.
I don't think it'll be either.
Yeah. Jack.
Oh, all right. I would like the game to be modern, like it's something modern, like we talked about that one time. But
yeah,
for zombies, how the whole Call of Duty Borderlands thing, how that was talked about. If they don't do if they end zombies, I do think how like the Borderlands, how that was described, I do think that would work well in zombies, just to end it all. Because I don't think anyone wants to wait another 3 years for zombies to come back out again. So I do think if they do implement anything from that Borderlands leak, it should only be in zombies, to where there's a different universe or something, and they just end up killing all the characters and zombies is over. But as for like a title, I would like it to be in the modern era, because I'm tired of the future, I'm tired of exos, tired of crap.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Jordan, what do you think next COD's gonna be?
You saved the longest speaking for the last, and I'm hoping not to bore anybody, but I'm gonna go. This is my cup of tea, and I love it. Thank you, Alex.
I have a dream.
This is my cup of tea, so I'm literally like all amped up on this one. World at War II, Black Ops 3, or whatever something else different would be. Personally, I would love to see a Modern Warfare 3, but Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 3. Those three options are the only ones that I see on the table. Obviously, it kind of boils down to common sense at that point, because if the two major things that are being suggested by the community don't happen, then obviously it's something brand new, which leads into our third one. But my personal thinking, I want it to be a Black Ops 3, and I think it will be. Now, I've elaborated on this theory before, talked with Jordan before as well.
Yeah.
He actually helped me get some of the information with it. But well, that one leak that you came to me to discuss with, that actually ties into this whole theory, and it kind of plays to the benefit of it. But the thing is that Black Ops 1 was Vietnam. Alex Mason was the the protagonist. Black Ops 2, you go all the way in the future, and you think Mason's dead. Well, 3 out of those 4 endings, and this is where it gets a little tricky because of the multiple endings in a campaign to lead off to what would be a sequel, or rather a prequel in this case. 3 of those 4 endings, though, you find out that Mason was alive the whole time. So in that leaves about 60, no, not 60, I lied, like 30 to 50 years that Mason is just, you don't know anything. You don't know what happens at all with this. So in that, we can go all the way back to a more modern conflict to find out what he did in that period of time, where he was. And I think that that's honestly where we're going to be. Either like a mid-90s, early 90s thing, or something right at the start of the War on Terror, which I think could play in both historically accurately as well as playing to the fiction that Treyarch loves to portray and loves to just play on. The other thing that I can see is 2 of the 4 endings was that Menendez lives. You spare his life, and he ends up telling you to study Ulysses and that you'll see him in 1 year. Now, that right there, it's a little bit tougher to play since 2 of those 50% of the outcomes don't necessarily end with you seeing that. So some of the players will be like, what the hell's going on? That is one way that I can see it going, but I don't think it's the most plausible way to see it going. I think the modern conflict going back, seeing what Mason was up to that entire time, I feel like that is going to be where we're going to be heavily favored in terms of probability of it happening. Now, World at War II, it would be cool. Yes, I don't think it's going to happen by any means, though, simply because war was a lot more limited, and based on previous trends, the past 5, 6 titles have all gradually increased in customization options, whereas World at War II, that would severely limit and then have a real big choking point for the title in general, as well as profits that Activision and Treyarch could make. Now, that is why I don't think that there's going to be any World at War II. Zombies, though, obviously is going to be returning. I definitely don't see him just being like, you know what, Zombies, it worked and all that, but we're not going to put it in. No one in their right mind would just cut it. Zombies, I see no other way but to reboot it. This is where it could get controversial and maybe up for a little bit more discussion. But the Zombies ending with Origin, yes, Treyarch messed with the storyline a bunch of times throughout the 3 years that it was being played out. But the way that it ended with Origins was that it ended up being a story within a story. So Eddie and Samantha were playing with dolls, and if you ever saw the end cutscene, you can see that it's not a camera in her hand, but you're looking through the eyes of Dempsey. So you embody this player, but are being controlled within a story that's being told by kids. So that the way that ends up, Samantha's like, tomorrow we'll have another go or something like that, and Eddie was complaining about not having his turn. I feel like the reboot can happen leading up into the next couple of years, and even cooler, maybe a standalone game. But I think that it's going to be just rebooting off that, telling a different story with similar characters, almost like a parallel universe. But the details I haven't necessarily worked out because it's all just theory and speculation.
Yeah.
The damage has been done.
Yeah, the whole thing with Dempsey kind of makes sense. Like how he hates Richtofen so much. Like I know everything that he's done to him. It's a good reason to hate him. But if he's playing the game with him and he's obviously never had a turn, that could be a good reason to hate somebody. If you're a kid, you never get a turn to play.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I definitely think it's going to be Black Ops 3. There's just so many things that kind of make me think it will be Black Ops 3. Little hints, little teasers, little slip-ups. And besides the fact of David Vonderhaar's glasses, Black Ops 3 confirmed. Yeah. But yeah, I think Black Ops 3 will be the next Call of Duty game. It just makes sense because Black Ops did so well Black Ops 2 did it even better than Black Ops. So, you know, like, pretty much the Black Ops series has always been successful. So I don't see a reason why Treyarch will go, right, we're going to make something new, or we're going to make a World at War 2. I think it just makes more sense that they would make a Black Ops 3. That's just the way I take it. And it's like you said, Jordan, when it came to that point where Menendez was like, oh, I'll see you in 1 year. So I'm thinking, why would he say that? Why would he say I'll see you in 1 year? Unless maybe there's going to be some kind of tie-in to do with Black Ops 3. I mean, personally, I would like to see a modern Black Ops. I think that'd be quite cool just to see how Treyarch will pull it off, just because they haven't done a modern Call of Duty game. My only issue though is that if we look back at the Black Ops 2 campaign, if you look at like the first few missions or so, like they take place in the past, and then the rest of it takes place in the near future. So it kind of would make me a little bit worried, like, well, what happens when it comes to multiplayer? You know, are they going to make it a modern? Will they make it near future? How is it going to go about? Because I remember when people were really worried about Black Ops 2, because they're like, near future, this hasn't been attempted before. How is this going to go down? And I remember when people saw like the invisibility stuff, and
dude, I remember they lost their shit, dude. Oh my god.
No, remember at E3 when they had that I can't remember the name of it, but it was that X-ray scope sniper. Yeah, sniper, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, that's gonna be in the multiplayer."
The one that penetrates through anything.
Yeah, I remember like literally everyone lost their shit. Like, holy crap, is this gonna be a multiplayer? Please don't put it in multiplayer. Please, Treyarch. Like, everyone was just begging, like, please don't put this in the multiplayer.
Should have been as a kill streak IMO.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. So it was. Yeah, kind of like how like the death machine, like where you can use it as many times as you need, but once you run out of them, like the magazine or something like that, that's when you can't use it anymore. Although I think snipers were bad enough in Black Ops 2. I don't think adding another one in, even if it was a kill streak, I don't think adding another one in.
Everything anyways.
Yeah. So yeah, I think another thing that we should just briefly cover is, I mean, obviously we don't know anything about the multiplayer. We have no idea about what's going to be in it. We don't even know what it's called. We don't know the setting, or anything like that. But what top 5 things would you like to see in Call of Duty 2015's multiplayer? That's something I'm interested in. Jordan, do you want to take it away?
This is actually a really decently timed question, because I got this asked me literally 2 hours ago, and I came up with 4. I can't really think of anything else. One of which being like cool weapon camos, like variants like that. What was the other one? It was something else to do with weapons. It was I don't remember. Then it was the big 2 were supply drops, or whatever you want to name it, and then a marketplace to sell, buy, and trade those. Simply because that works well in FIFA, Counter-Strike, Titanfall. It can work in Call of Duty. Yeah. So those to me are the biggest ones. Other than that, the other one that I was thinking of was speed. I want the game to be fast paced. Ghost was a little bit too slow for me. Black Ops 2.
That was my only problem.
Can I just? I don't mean to cut in, but
go for it.
When you said Ghost was too slow, believe it or not, I think it was in an interview with Mark Rubin, but they said that they made the movement like 5% slower than in Modern Warfare 3. And I don't know why they did that. They've completely lost their mind. I was like, yeah, make massive maps, sure. How about we speed it up? Nah, we'll just like slow them down. We'll give them like juggernaut speed.
I also remember that whenever Mark Rubin was taking a bunch of fire, he rage tweeted saying that nobody had good taste and that Ghost was a good game. And he left Twitter. Yeah, he promptly deleted the tweet and then went AFK for a bit. But
for a bit, it's been like 2 years.
Yeah, he's lost his his lid there. But those are the things that I would love to see. Obviously, I feel like the way that it's gone in Advanced Warfare, I think that's probably the biggest thing that is to be congratulated, I guess this is the word I'm looking for. Like, it's something to be commended, is the supply drops in Advanced Warfare. If there's one thing that you can say that was great about Advanced Warfare, to me, definitely supply drops. Now, if you can incorporate that and then also add in even more to play to not only just the casual player that wants to maybe get a better advantage, but also something that can have, that content creators can have, that competitive players can have, the people that are diehard fans can have, to just stay entertained and entertain others with that, then it's going to be a massive asset to the game.
All right, cool. Christian, what top 5 things, or what top things would you put into, or what would you like to see in Black Ops 3's or COD 2015's multiplayer?
COD points, SR-71 Blackbird,
Definitely.
Tag Dogs, a Chopper Gunner, and a Tactical Nuke.
Cool.
Black Ops 1 with a nuke.
Yeah, that's basically what I want.
I mean, I kind of wanted to see like a nuke in like one of the new COD games. I don't know if it was Ghosts or Advanced War. I think it was Advanced Warfare. Like, I asked the question to my subs, like, what would you like to see a tactical nuke in this next COD game? Because obviously at the time we didn't know if it was Advanced Warfare, or we didn't know the title. A lot of people said no. A lot of people were like, no, we don't want the nuke. Yeah, put the Moab in or something, but no nuke. But I was strongly for the nuke. I really wanted to see the nuke come back.
It should be a gun streak, though. Gun streak.
Yeah. I think they should bring the tactical nuke back, but make it like a 25 or 30 gun streak. Because obviously we know in Modern Warfare 2 it's just 7, 11, 25 and boom, you've got it. Like, once you've got the Harriers, it's pretty much game over unless the enemy team had a Stinger on them. So I think if they make it a gun streak, that'll be more balanced and it'll be a lot better. It'll feel more rewarding knowing that, yes, I've ended the game, I've killed everyone, including my teammates, everyone's dead, and I've done it just through, getting so and so many kills, without using kill streaks. How do you guys feel? I mean, obviously Christian said he would like to see the nuke. How would you feel if Trail brought the nuke into their game?
I'm all for it. I think that Modern Warfare 2 did it great, although it has to be, again, gun streak. Otherwise, it's way too easy to get. Because the thing that and honestly, this is a great thing to discuss, because Black Ops and Black Ops 2 didn't have anything that really you could show off in game when you did really well. Like, Black Ops 2 had a nuclear medal, but other than that, there wasn't anything to show for it. That's only something you can see and you can share with, like, YouTube fans if you put up a video, because it's only from
you got a player card for it.
Oh, yeah, true.
That's all you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you can't. That can be like a 1 in a million thing, or it can be, hey, I drop a nuke every single game. But the thing that whenever you're on that kind of streak, I want to let people know that I'm better than them. I'm that cocky guy. I am that one that was just like, you know what? I just went on a 30, 40 kill streak. I'm gonna drop a nuke on you kids. Like,
get no scoped.
Yeah, like Black Ops 2. The only thing that I didn't like, although I never even personally got a nuclear, because I was a scrub, but it's something that I really think needs to be rewarded for that kind of epic play.
Yeah,
definitely, I'm all for it, especially if it's gun streak only.
Yeah. All right, cool. Jack, are you up for the nuke or against it?
I'd like the nuke, like Jordan said, or E. coli. Like, you need something to be able to show off, like, you got a nuke, and I do think if they bring the nuke, they'll add one of those spinning little emblems, so that would be cool, as like a little trophy. People will know that you get nukes, you drop nukes.
You should have your nuke count next to it or something.
Yeah, like how many nukes you got? Yeah,
like in Ghost, where they displayed like your win streak and your KD on next to your name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Alex in? Because I swear he would, like, kind of left.
No, I'm back.
Oh, alright, cool. So Alex, are you for the nuke or against the nuke?
I am for the nuke, and I want it to be gun streak, of course, because Modern Warfare 2's nuke was too easy, just obscenely easy. But I don't want it to be 30. I think 30 is a little bit too high. Like I've never gotten a DNA bomb.
Neither have I.
I've had 25 gun streaks, but I can't get to 30. It's just too difficult for me.
You choking like the last 2 kills.
Yeah. I just want it to be like the Moab pretty much, except not like have a yellow screen.
Yeah, just like make it so green, like not green, but you know, like orange and brown and.
No, have it like what the DNA bomb does. It drops. It's green for like 6 or 7 seconds, and then everything is normal again.
I think what would be cool is like rather than have it green, but like just make everything like very bright, like it's almost like a flashbang effect. Like it lasts for about 5 seconds or so, and then maybe in the distance you can just see like a little plume of smoke. You know, but you know, obviously that wouldn't affect the map. It would just like you could just see the plume of smoke, like just in the background. But yeah. Got a bit of sidetracked with the nuke there. Going back to what top things you like to see.
Top 5.
Top 5, yeah. Jack, did you say what you wanted?
No.
All right, well, go ahead then.
Right, the top 5 things that like I would, at least if it is in a modern game or whatever it is, I would like the ACR to come back. That was one of my favorite guns. The spinning emblems like MW2 had, and I don't really know about anything else. I guess like some cool dynamic maps. Maybe the Reaper kill streak would be nice because that was one of my favorites. And like an assault drone type thing, like an AI assault drone that's ground based and not in the air, like the one that you can control on MW3. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would. Alex, what top things would you like to see in COD 2015?
Well, the first thing I know it's gonna make me sound like I'm a big Battlefield fan, which I am, but I would love to see destructibility.
Yeah,
some form of building destructibility, not like Ghost where you like hold C4 to a wall and it like blows up and does absolutely nothing to the map.
The logs falling. Next gen logs.
I want to see like something like fall, like a building literally fall in the middle of the map and completely change it. Not like a fucking gas station that did nothing. The second thing is I want to see a lot of weapons and not like just bullshit weapons. I want like 10 ARs and like 7 SMGs, like.
So kind of like Modern Warfare 3, like in terms of the
like
weapons.
6 shotguns and then like 4 or 5 snipers.
I would love to see that as well, definitely.
Yeah. Someone has some sound in the background. The third thing.
Dinner served.
I'm trying to think of what. I'm trying to think of what the third thing would honestly be. Oh well, no exos. Yeah, that'd be my third one. Fourth is I want Modern Warfare 2 style map design. If that makes any sense. Like, there's very few maps that I disliked on that game. Like, I think Underpass and Derail were literally the only maps I didn't like. And I would have liked Underpass if it wasn't raining, and I would have liked Derail if it wasn't so big. And the final thing. It's so difficult because there's so many things that like I would love to see in this game, but to honestly be my fifth one, it would probably actually have to be supply drops. I'll have to go with what Expresso said is that they're literally like one of the greatest things ever to be put in Call of Duty. So
okay, cool. Nice mix of what you like. Going to what I like, I've had to like go off my little wish list.
No SBMM.
Hold on. Let me get into it. There's like still things that I need to like add to it and like just sort things out. First thing would be no exos. The reasons for that are obviously because to me it ruins map flow. Like I just feel like I'm just jumping everywhere. I'm spawning everywhere. Everything's just chaotic. Even on the bigger maps, everything's chaotic. I don't feel like there's any like flow to where the maps are. Not like in the old Call of Duty games. And also another thing that you probably think, oh well, why would COD have some of this? But like tactical play, because I know like sometimes I kind of like to play a little bit more tactically, a little bit more steadily than just run around, hop everywhere, and just get into a gunfight instantly. Sometimes I just like to stay back and think for a second. What's my next move? Do I go forward? Do I head towards the bomb site? With the exos, like it's kind of impossible to do, because by the time you're thinking, you try and do that, but someone's like already behind you, or someone's spawned behind you, and you just get shot in the back like all the time. So that kind of really annoys me. So the exos, maybe keep that in. If it is to be like a future game, keep that in the campaign. Don't put it in multiplayer. And as Christian said, no skill-based matchmaking. Obviously keeping like league play, that's fine, but make sure connection is fully over skill. Because I don't want to play with, no offense to any Australians, but I don't want to play with like people from Australia. I don't want to, like, that's just, it's not fair. It's not fair on them to be playing with me, obviously, because we're across, the entire globe. But, at the same time, it's not fair that I get to I'm paired with them. So, that's my take for that. Here's something as well that I definitely want to see come back. I don't know if any of you might have forgotten about this, but pro perks.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to see pro perks back?
Yes.
Maybe.
Pro Bling.
Oh,
Bling Pro.
Yeah. I mean, I personally like to see pro perks back. I think it's been like enough now to the point where we've just had normal perks. And plus, trying to get the pro version of perks, it was a challenge, especially in Black Ops, because you had to do 3 challenges before you got it. And some were easy, some were quite difficult to do. And like right now, I've got all the, like, on my current account, I've got all the pro perks in Black Ops now. But like, I went straight for going for the challenges. But it is quite rewarding knowing that the napalm's not going to affect me. I've got Flat Jacket Pro, or oh look, I've got Tactical Mask Pro. I know where that enemy is after I flashed him. So I think those things are quite cool. Now here's another thing that I've mentioned it before, but I don't know if any of you might have known this, but I kind of came up with my little own reward system of what I would put into a COD game. Basically, it contains of 2 score streaks. One of them, obviously the different sets. So one of them would be a support streak. Now before you get a bit, support, we don't want that. If you die, then obviously it don't continue. You start again. But one of them would be a support streak. One of them would be an assault streak, and obviously you can choose one. Out of quite a few score streaks. But essentially, the whole idea of this, like, this sounds really good on paper, but I'm again a little bit skeptical of how it would play out in terms of putting it out to the public. But essentially, you've got a support streak that will help your team out, and at the same time, you've got a streak for yourself so like, oh look, I've got like an airstrike, boom, I've got like a quad, But at the same time, here's a UAV, here I'm helping the team out, or here's a Blackbird, I'm helping the team out. So that way, people can't complain, like saying, "Oh, you're not helping the team out," or because you're just going for kills, and then, all like the pub stompers are like, "Oh, stop using support streaks! Come on, get those kills! We want to win this," So it kind of like balances out a bit, but I'm just a little bit skeptical how that would work, and when you hand it out to the public. But I think on paper that definitely does sound really good. Let's see. I've got quite a few things. I think I'll just add one more. Let's see. Pick 10. I really like to see Pick 10 come back. I remember when Black Ops 2 came out, I was not a fan of Pick 10. I was like, oh, it's not the original creator class. Why have they brought it in? It's terrible. But a few years on now, I look back and I'm like, Pick 10 was actually a really cool idea, and it, for the most part, it did work out really good. It has some flaws to it.
You don't like Pick 13?
I kind of do.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I
like
just
it so you don't have to have a pistol and grenades.
Yeah, like that's some of the good things that like the Pick 13 or Pick 10 offers, is that, you know, like you can switch things out if you don't want it. But then it comes down to like some flaws, like I don't know if you guys have seen this person. He's called like Black Worm. He like literally abused the Pick 10 system like by camping out in one of the rooms and hijacked. Riot Shield, trophy systems, Claymore, Scavenger, Remington shotgun, Guardian, sentry guns, just continuous. Like, it was just camping in this one room, and he like, I think he went like 33-1, like just from camping in this one room. And you know, again, that points out the flaws that the Pick 10 system or you know that has. So you know, Pick 10 would obviously have to be like tweaked. If you know, if that were to come back, they would definitely have to rethink it over. But I like to see Pick 10 come back, or Pick 13, you know, whichever. But yeah, that's what I'd like to see. I think that's really it in terms of topics. We're going for 1 second, let me just check. It's been what, 2 hours in the call. I think we've got quite a lot of things talked and discussed about. We currently, I don't know what, you know, when we're going to do another one, if we do another one. Maybe like when, I don't know, maybe when Drifter gets Black Ops 3 leak info, or maybe when Black Ops 3 or COD 2015 is revealed. Yeah, air quote, leaked. Or when COD 2015 gets actually revealed. Perhaps then we'll do another one just to discuss our thoughts. I don't know if you guys have any other things we want to talk about.
Nah, I'm good on my end.
No. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think I've pretty much wasted a lot of your time anyway.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Yeah. It's definitely been. So I think this will obviously conclude the podcast. Let me know in the comment section below what topics you'd like us to discuss in the next one. That's if we do the next one. Most likely we will.
It's terrible. Yeah. Don't do it again.
But yeah,
it's like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just nice to like get like, because obviously I say that all 5 of us have got some like well, not massive implications, but we've got some point in the COD community. Obviously Jordan, you're in TK, quite big there. Alex, you're an Axon, aren't you, Alex?
Yeah, I'm also a moderator for Charlie Intel.
Yeah. People know me. That's all I'm gonna say. People know me. I'm
people
everywhere.
hate you.
Yeah, just like yeah, but yeah, people know me. Yeah, so obviously Campy Elite, Jack, you're a YouTuber, and Christian, you're part of the I Play COD clan. So we've got a nice mix of. Yep, in the forums. So we've got a nice mix of you know, personalities in this. So like I said, let us know what topics you'd like to see us do in the next podcast. So yeah, until then, do you guys want to say bye?
Bye.
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 Bye.